like George Fox is gonna swear for him. He giving you nothing. You feel me? What's funny? Detroit St. Louis swept them. Everybody had a little out.
What's tonight, folks?
Good job on KD.
No.
They just locked in.
I'm not saying it's Joker's fault. I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying.
Get him down 3 games is a quick sweep.
It's a mentality thing. That's really what I think it is.
Fade away from 10 feet. You know what's in me.
Yeah.
What up, people?
Did that come through nice and clear?
It did. I hope my shirt is coming through nice and clear. 90s babies understand.
That's right.
Hey.
That's right.
Shout out to the GOAT.
Shout out to the GOAT. Anyway, hope everybody's enjoying this beautiful ass Monday. It's cold where I'm at, but it's still a beautiful Monday. We're live, baby. And we back on the basket to basket. We back on this basket to basket. And, we like to jump right in it. But your boy got a question for you. And I didn't give them the question again. So this is a surprise. But I'm kind of going off to the theme right now, right? Because we all know it's a new debate coming along. It's kind of fairly new. Nobody's really picking it up. It's some people picking it up. It's not. So I got a question for you, chat, and we'll answer it. Our answers later on in the show. You know how we do it. And the question is, if you knew how things would play out, who career would you want? LeBron James, or his name is Wardell? All right. That is the question. You know how it plays out. Who career you want? All right. Now, moving on and staying on Golden State, DJ wants to have a little debate here. So somebody might get jumped right now. We don't know, but said some shit, we gotta address it. We gotta address it. But DJ said that he heard a conversation and he wanted to talk about it, about should Golden State's big three break up. But when the topic was put in the chat for discussion today, somebody said Golden State never had a big three. The only big three they had was Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, and Stephen Curry. But I beg to fucking differ.
And so why?
So we're gonna start on the first layer of that. And I know Mulich is gonna say it. And that's how we're gonna transition into the second layer of that. But DJ, should they break the big three up? Should Draymond have got that motherfucking contract?
I told y'all from day one, I don't think Draymond should have got the contract. Looking at Golden State's roster moving forward, they're going to need that money to get younger players in, because what they're going to have on their hands right now since they traded Jordan Poole is a bad transition from what is going on now in Golden State to their players getting older and trying to bridge the gap when they get younger players in. Mooler's not going to like this, and I don't care. Steph Curry is balling. Where's the other two? Where is the other two? Where's the bench players? I don't even see how they started off on a hot streak. I mean, they started off on a hot streak because Steph Curry was balling out of control, and he's probably having the best season of his career so far, which is crazy to think. He's 35, and he might be having the best season of his career. But yes, it's absolutely time to break them up. Draymond should not have gotten that contract. Klay is probably going to have to take the blunt of that hit and probably be moved, because they're not going to want to give Klay a big contract again. He's going to be looking for one last big contract. So, yes, they should have found a younger player, more athletic, to come in and tell Dre, hey, you got to take a pay cut if you want to keep this thing going. If not, we got to move on. They paid him, and they fucked themselves. That's pretty much it.
Well, I mean, before I kick it to Moo, I did hear Draymond say that, when I tap back in all the way into my shooting, no one's going to stop me. Where's that at? Are we gonna get some of that this year, Moo? We're gonna get some of that tapped in Draymond. Moo, kick it to Moo. Moo, what you thinking about Golden State? Should they break up their big three?
Well, to address the point that we had in the chat behind or prior.
No, go ahead. Yeah, just address the first part.
Oh, okay. But
we'll trying to jump ahead. Moo said, "Fuck it, now we get down to the nitty-gritty."
I've already been on record saying that Klay needs to come off the bench. It's already time. He's not the same player. He needs to recognize he's not the same player. That's part of the reason why Dunleavy, I'm assuming, doesn't want to pay him, is because he understands that Klay's not the same player, and Klay understands that he's not the same player. It's just taking him a little while, I guess, for it to really set in, I guess, because you can look at his numbers, you can look at the way he's been playing, and just recognize that he's not the same player, both offensively and defensively. So it's just about time for him to start to take a back seat towards younger talent and let them develop and really just run the second unit. Draymond triple single, he just be talking, just like Jordan Poole said. You are an expensive backpack for 30. So I really don't want to hear nothing about once I give it to my offense. Shut up. Defend and pass the ball like you've been doing, and don't try to do too much, because when you try to do too much, you end up turning the ball over.
Ooh,
so I really don't want to hear all that. Yeah, no, I've been saying that it's time to make a trade. I don't think it's necessarily time to break it up per se, but I think it's time to switch up the lineup. The lineup shouldn't be Klay, Draymond, and Steph just for the simple fact that they're the veterans and they help the team win championships. I get that. I understand all of that. But at the same time, you got to understand that certain lineups are winning and certain lineups aren't winning. And when you have Klay in there and he's not shooting well, that's hurting the team. That's hurting the lineup. So obviously that's something that needs to change. I do think a trade needs to happen. I'm not saying that one of them needs to be traded, but I do think a trade needs to happen. And one of them needs to divert to coming off the bench, whether it be Klay, whether it be Draymond. I don't know. It could be both, honestly. But something needs to happen and something needs to shake. And Steve Kerr needs to recognize that, because he's still kind of stuck in that small ball. We're going to kill you with the small ball lineup, and we're going to run with our guys. And I understand it. Like I said, I get it. But at the same time, the league is changing, so it's time for you guys to change as well.
I mean, I respect that. I mean, I definitely don't think Draymond should have got that contract. I don't think Klay
either. I've been said that.
I don't think Klay is getting a contract with Golden State. I think he's going to be a free agent, and we're going to see him in LA next year. Because LeBron going to recruit the shit out of him. And he gonna go to Draymond, be like, yo, Draymond, tell Klay to just come over to LA, clutch sports, baby, keep it alive. And Draymond be like, why you using me? Be like, yeah, you signed your soul to me and shit like that.
You with Rich Paul now. You're so
right. Yeah, you belong to LeBron. But let's get to the nitty-gritty, right? Moo, what do you mean that Golden State, when Golden State won their first championship, they were a big three?
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
No, they were not.
Just the year after they won their championship, Draymond scored 31 points in a losing effort in the finals.
They only labeled that team the 73-9 team. That team was not labeled a big three.
You said that team wasn't what?
It was not labeled a big three. They were a 73-9 team. That was a team that was labeled. That was the only team that was the only label that the team had. They were not labeled a big three until KD got there.
You crazy?
Yeah, I don't. That's crazy.
People already talking about the Warriors being a super team before KD got there. Mm-hmm. And then when KD got there, we said that team isn't beatable. Not a super team anymore. It's an unbeatable team now.
You can't have a super team when it was literally built.
Well, I wasn't hearing super, but they were called the big three, because that was the term at that time. Garnett, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, big three.
Hold on, wait.
Heat had a big three.
Mm-hmm.
Pacers had a big three.
A super team.
Super team came up. The super team came along when KD went to Golden State. That's when that term was coined.
Well, that term was coined whenever LeBron and Miami and Wade all.
They were still called the big three. Nobody called them a super team.
No, I'm just talking about the super team term. That's what I was gonna say.
No, that's what I'm saying. So when Bron went to the Heat, they still called them a big three. They weren't called a super team.
Hell, we called them a super team.
Yeah, maybe in Texas. Yeah, maybe in Texas.
They were definitely a super team. It was all over ESPN. They called.
Yeah, I didn't really hear super team until KD went to Golden State.
Regardless, they were definitely a big three. They won a championship, and the notion that a big three or a super team can't be created through the draft is just pure nonsense. If you get 3 all-stars and you build your team right through the draft, you have 3 all-stars, you're a big three. You are a big three regardless. You have 3 all-stars on your team, even if it's built through the draft or not.
But I get it that they call them the Splash Bros, and that might be one of your points, Mo. They call them the Splash Bros. But they only called them the Splash Bros because of their shooting ability. I fucking told you. I knew I was fucking right. I felt it in my fucking heart that my nigga was gonna jump in today. I fucking knew it. I fucking called it, nigga. I called it, nigga. I fucking called it. Didn't I, Moo? Didn't I, Moo? I said it. I said, Moo, I did call me, but I got a feeling his ass gonna be here today.
Fellas.
God damn, what's up,
Wow, man.
What's the word? How y'all feeling?
Damn, now this shit about to get interesting.
It's about to get good.
It's gonna get spicy.
Damn, now this shit about to get interesting. So what we talking about, Boo-Wop, is I don't know if you've seen the chat, but you know, DJ asked the question: should Golden State break up the big three? And Moon said that they were never a big three. Only time they were a big three is when KD was there. So me and DJ disagree. That's what I was getting to. I disagree with that. They won a championship as a big three. And I was saying that the reason I know one of Moo's point is going to be there was the Splash Bros, but that's when you came in. They only called them the Splash Bros, Moo, is because those two shot threes. Now, if Draymond was shooting threes at the same clip as them, they definitely would have been like the Splash Trio. You feel me? The Splash Brothers, you know, not bros, the brothers. You feel me? But Draymond wasn't that. Draymond was something else for them. But even in Draymond's growth, that did not make him not a part of a big three. He was a big three. It was Klay, Dray, and Curry. That's a big three. They won a championship together. That's who the team was ran around, those three. So even if we look at the dynamic of the team, Ball went to Draymond, went to Klay, Ball went to Draymond, went to Steph. That's their three core players, and they were all stars.
They were a core three.
They were.
Not a big three.
I would say I kind of agree with Moo. I don't think they were a big three. Mainly because when I look at big threes, I look at like guys that's been established in the league, then they form together. Because I think it's really about what your definition is of a.
Well, so they said that's the definition of that is super team.
That too.
Oh, shit, somebody, that might be Boo-Wop. Somebody might just went crazy as well. No, but see, and DJ just said that just because you build your team through a draft doesn't mean that that's not a big three. Like, yeah, I get it. Big three was coined with guys teaming up, but a big three, when you look at it, was all stars getting together and playing together. It didn't mean by definition they had to get together. It's just all stars playing together. Steph, Dre, and Klay were all stars. So I think you can consider them a big three, but not a traditional how the traditional big three comes along. But they were a big three.
The perfect example of that is more like San Antonio. Like literally, because San Antonio had
that was a big three.
Like literally, they called them big three, even though they were all drafted there.
I wouldn't have called them a big three.
They were still called the big three.
I mean, people probably did call them a big three. I wouldn't have called them that though, because I don't think, you know, just the same thing. I don't think about Klay or Draymond. I don't think they would be the same caliber of players if they didn't go to Golden State. But I think
that can still be true. That can still be that can be true, but that doesn't take away from what they've done on this team. Like, we're not talking about them being a big three and within the whole league. We're talking about them being a big three within the system that they're playing in. Like, people didn't just go, oh, we're playing Steph today. No, when they did the scouting report, Moon, you know this. They scouted Steph, they scouted Klay, and they scouted Draymond. Because they know Draymond is a big part of why Klay and why Curry gets their shit off. And if that's it, then to me, if we're looking at the traditional big three with Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, and fucking Garnett, Draymond would be Garnett, not the type of player, but Garnett. Then you got Curry as Ray, and you got motherfucking Klay as Paul Pierce. Like, they weren't drafted. I mean, yeah, they were drafted. They weren't traded. They didn't have to talk it out like Miami did it. But even if you look at Miami's big three, I'm still looking at Golden State because they have to be a big three, because when they were playing against the Cavs, people were saying, oh, it's the Cavs three versus this three. And then Kyrie and Love got injured. Then they was like, oh, no, it's LeBron versus them. Then they came back the next year. Everybody saying, oh, that's the most fairest finals that we'll see between Cleveland and Golden State because, both of their big threes was healthy. That's what the talk around it. Both big threes was healthy. Now we get to see who's going to win what. You feel me? So it was 3 versus 3. You can't just say, oh, it was the big three, Cleveland's big three just versus, the Splash Bros and Draymond. That's not what it was. Like they were counted as a big three.
It was more. It was definitely more the Splash Bros and Draymond. But
yeah, because what they were doing to the league, 100%.
Draymond wasn't an All-Star until 2016, so that was after our first championship. So he wouldn't be considered a part of that big three conversation until probably the next year, correct?
But they were still calling him a big three in the Cavs series where you guys lost, and that was before 2016.
Yeah, and that was still
my
my
in 2015.
They were saying, right, 2014-15, or was it 2015-16?
It was 14-15.
And then 15-16, you guys lost to LeBron.
Yeah,
and they were saying it was right, and they were saying you lost to Cleveland, and they were saying it's K-Love, Kyrie, and LeBron versus Steph Curry, Klay, and Draymond. That's a big three versus a big three. That's what the conversation was around that finals.
Maybe
so even though you are right, Draymond wasn't an all-star. Draymond was accounted for in that. Yeah, they were saying Splash Bros because what Klay and Steph was doing from the 3-point line to the league. That's why it was like, oh, Splash Bros, because they didn't see any duo doing that damage from the 3-point line together on the same fucking team. So yeah, they're going to stand out because they're changing what's going on, but that doesn't take away from what Draymond was doing for them. That doesn't take away that Draymond was an important part in those first two finals, and it was a matchup game. And if we're playing matchup games, Draymond has to go against Kevin Love, which Kevin Love is a big three player, right, on the Cavs, which would make Draymond, in my opinion, a big three player on the Golden State because you have to match your three versus their three. Now, if it's not three, then it's not three. If you're telling me Golden State only had two, because I remember we had this conversation before, and Moo, if I'm not mistaken, you did say it was their three versus their three. So if that's the case, I said I could be mistaken. I did say I could be mistaken. I know somebody said it.
Because of we lose Andrew Bogut. That's why we lost.
I remember that. Yeah, and I agree with you with that.
I don't know the narrative that y'all have been hearing on y'all side of that y'all heard on y'all side, but for me personally, from what I've heard, me being a Warrior fan and talking to other Warrior fans in other Warrior circles, nobody considered us a big three until Kevin Durant got there, and it was a Klay, Steph, and
that was a super team. I never heard somebody say y'all was a big three.
So let me ask you this, then, Moo.
Nobody ever considered Draymond.
I got a question for you then.
It was the Splash Brothers and the Warriors. That was literally the moniker for.
I got a question for you then. I have a question for you then.
73 to your point, it was 73-19.
To your point, I got a question for you then. When the Warriors went 73-9, and years after that, they kept on saying Draymond was the most immovable piece from that team because he's the one that makes the offense go. That wouldn't necessarily make it. Really?
He's the most immovable piece.
They kept on saying he was the most immovable piece because he's the one that made it. Obviously, we know Steph Curry was basically the guy, but it's like, hey, if they were to move anybody, they cannot move Draymond.
Yeah, you can't fill Draymond's role with just anybody. So I understand
you cannot fill Stephen Curry's role.
You're right, but
yes,
you can't fill Steph as a player, but Draymond's role. You can't just fill that with anybody.
But
you can't fill Steph as a player, but Draymond's role you can't fill with anybody.
You can't fill neither one of them. Stephen Curry is one of the most
Steph as a
basketball players that ever.
Draymond has a role because you can put somebody else in Draymond's position on that team and they can give you more points.
Yeah. But you could also I always argue this. Like, I just think it was a perfect storm, but I don't believe they were a true big three because in my definition again of a big three, I think those players can go elsewhere and have the same, if not more, impact with more opportunity.
So if Klay left and Klay went and played with AD and Bron 3 years ago, you don't think they would have been saying that was a big three?
No.
They would have 100% said
100%.
People say a lot of shit.
If Klay went to the Nets, if Klay went to the Nets with Kyrie and KD, they would have called that a big three.
People say a lot of things. I would disagree.
Right, but we're talking about the majority. Right, we can all disagree, but we know the majority of people would have called that a big three.
I agree.
Because everybody's a super team now. The Suns are a super team. The Clippers are a super team. Everybody's a super team now.
But I'm on my definition.
Right, on yours. So, but that's what I'm saying. I'm just talking in general now. Most people would say that these are big threes.
Yeah.
And that's all that's all I'm speaking to.
But
the Warriors probably would say nobody, but you can go look at the broadcast, go look at the analysts around the time. They were saying, oh, it's their three versus their three. And if it's their three versus their three, then they have to be a big three because the Cavs were a big three. Or Draymond doesn't matter in that equation, and it's their big three versus their big two. I haven't heard that in those finals, in those 2 first years. I didn't hear, oh, it's their three, it's the Cavs 3 versus the Golden State 2.
Also, the commentators were also saying, hey, the Warriors haven't lost a playoff series during a certain amount of time when Klay, Steph, and Draymond, their big three, were all healthy. The only time they were losing is when one of them were out.
And I agree with Boo. The traditional way of a big three and move, I don't know, move, that's what you're thinking of it too. Like, yeah, it's when guys team up and go, but you can have this lesser of I'm not saying Golden State big three is on the level of other big threes.
Right.
I'm not saying that.
They are.
I'm just saying they are 100%. But I'm just saying that if we're looking at 3 players on a team that are all-star caliber players, because Draymond was an all-star at once, you have to say they are a big three because we give the big three to. Excuse me. We give that name to motherfucking less of what Klay, Draymond, and Curry is.
I'm not though. That's the thing. I'm not following trends. I'm not following trends.
What I'm telling y'all is that there's what other people have classified and what the media have classified. That's not what Warrior fans have classified as a big three. We don't put Draymond in no big three category. Yeah. He's a great defender.
Listen,
he's a great.
I'm a Boston fan. I don't consider Boston a super team.
That's fine. But we don't consider Draymond. We don't consider Draymond a part of a big three. The media might consider him part of a big three, but
if Draymond was to hear this soundbite move, he probably would lose his shit.
I don't give a fuck what Draymond would
lose his shit, bro.
This is the same Draymond Green that said KD, bro. I don't care what Draymond got to say.
I did this. I missed. I did that.
I don't care.
It's me. That's me. What are you talking about? I am a big three. I am a big three.
KD. And Steph just proved him wrong. I don't give a fuck what Draymond got to say. It's the same nigga who said, I'm going to be back in my offensive bag. And yet gets fucking tossed out because he can't fucking control himself in a fucking Cavs game. Talking about go whoop their ass. Shut your weak ass up and get the fuck off the court.
Still a big three, even after all that passion.
Yeah, even after all that, it's still a big three.
Still a big three after all that passion.
A traditional big three, but they're still a big three.
I don't know. I think they a successful trio for sure. Like they one of the best trios, obviously, of all time. But to me, again, like Draymond and Klay Thompson, even to me, I never even considered them when they had Kevin Durant a big three. I just thought it was one of the best duos I've ever seen. That's what I thought. And they was definitely saying that was a big four. I know what they say. I'm telling you what I thought.
I know, but it was a big four super team.
Big four.
We got to take consensus into consideration.
I don't have to take shit into consideration.
You do.
No,
welcome back, Boo. Welcome back, Boo.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, do.
Yes, sir.
Because that's how we got the topic. The topic is because majority of people would tell you, yeah, they're a big three. Yeah, Warrior fans and you guys might not think that way, but if we're asking people that's outside of Warrior fans, they're gonna for sure tell you that they were a big three. When Golden State was going 7-3-9, they wasn't just scared of fucking Klay and Curry.
But they had when they went 73-9, they also had they probably had the best bench in the league. Like we gotta consider some of these things, bro. Like Golden State, obviously they.
But what I'm saying is Draymond was a big point. What I'm saying is Draymond was one of 3 biggest parts of them going 73-9.
Yeah, but it's not 3. It's they got the best bench. They really was the best balanced team.
I'm talking about the
NBA.
players though, and I agree with you. I'm talking about
Andre Iguodala won the Finals MVP the year before, so he's not a part of that.
Stop it. Well, they got a big 4 now. Thank you, Boo.
Like
big 4.
But
now.
we got we.
You with me, DJ? Big 4 now.
Nobody
was not a big 5. Nigga,
majority won.
They had Superman too. They had Superman too.
Majority won.
How many super teams did the Warriors put together?
They didn't.
Because we had DeMarcus Cousins too.
They put one.
Right, that's why I said that, because you said we had DeMarcus. How many super teams did I put together?
The narratives. You
got Chris Paul now.
The narratives I was hearing around that time, you had, goddamn it, the main narrative was, is it Steph League? He just won back-to-back MVPs. He just beat LeBron in the finals. Could he do it again? They going 73-9. That was the biggest narrative going on. It was no trio versus trio. It was Steph versus LeBron. Is this about to be Steph's league? Because it could have been.
No, that was the narrative too, but there was definitely trio versus trio. There was definitely a lot of talks about the 3 versus the 3. Because you got to remember, Boo, the year before, Curry and Love got hurt. So everybody was like, oh, it's not fair. LeBron didn't have his other 2. It was 3 versus 1. LeBron didn't have his 2. There's 2 guys got hurt. And then all of a sudden, them come back. Now they're like, oh, fair game now. Bron got his boys back. Now it's 3-on-3. That was the narrative around the time.
No,
that was the murmurs going on. Yes, it was.
Yes,
Because
the
year before when Bron was, let's not forget that they were trying to give Bron the Finals MVP when he lost that Finals.
That's cool.
He lost it, and they were trying to give him Finals MVP. Right. But why was they trying to give it to him? Because he showed his ass, and he didn't have nobody. It was just him. It was literally just him, bro. Literally just him. So getting him 2 boys, and now everybody's like it's even, and now we can't say that's a big 3.
It was even.
Yes, it was.
No,
everybody was saying this: Curry versus Kyrie, LeBron versus this, and this versus that. Like,
bro,
it's 3 guys, 3 guys.
At that time, listen, the first time that Steph and them beat the Warriors, let's throw this little caveat. The next year, Stephen Curry was a super fucking Saiyan. The next year, he was not the same Steph Curry the year before. He wasn't. He simply wasn't. Draymond was a better player. That team was a better team the next year.
It's a big 3.
It's a big 3, bro.
Bro. Right.
You literally
didn't literally say that. I didn't literally say that. I said the team was better.
Go out your mic fucking up.
I'm fixing it.
like I don't even understand what are we talking about here? This shouldn't even be a conversation.
Talking about
it should be hands down big 3.
I would disagree always to that.
If Draymond was part of the big 3, then the insertion of Andre Iguodala,
I think they had a traditional
would have did anything.
And
they probably wouldn't have put him. They probably would have start him.
They had a superstar and some all-stars. Not no all NBA caliber players. Like,
wait a minute, wait. Wasn't Draymond on defensive team?
Yeah.
That count. Klay Thompson was an all NBA team.
Yeah, I think he. Yeah.
Draymond didn't make that defensive team until 2016.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because he said the next year.
Yeah,
which means
the next year. I'm just pointing out that like, bro, how long? But I'm saying though, like, how long did it really last?
If Kevin Durant ever comes, it lasts longer. But I tell you what, though, every year they move people in and out. Who's the 3 players that stay the same on that team?
I just watched Stephen Curry carry their ass in the finals.
Of course you did, but who stays every single time they have to bring it? Hey, Klay Thompson ain't going nowhere. Steph Curry ain't going nowhere. Draymond ain't going nowhere. We got to put pieces around all 3 of them, not only Steph Curry. You got to find
considered as loyalty.
That's a core 3. That's not a big 3.
Yeah, that's definitely a core 3 for sure.
All 3 All-Stars. Klay was all NBA. Steph was damn sure all NBA and MVP. Draymond was an All-Star, all NBA defense. And I guarantee, hey, more importantly, do Golden State still win if Draymond isn't on that team when Kevin Durant comes? Because Draymond was the one locking down the post on defense.
That's like saying do the Bulls win without. That's like saying if the Bulls don't get Rodman in '98 or it's '96. Like, we all know that you needed Rodman, just like we all know that the Warriors needed Draymond. We get that.
Okay, and during that time, Rodman was an all NBA player, a lockdown defender, all NBA defense, all defense. Come on,
if Draymond don't get suspended, and Andrew Bogut don't get hurt, then what happened? Or if Draymond still get suspended for game 4 or game 5, and Andrew Bogut don't get hurt, what happens?
Then it would have been big 3 versus big 3.
We still win that game.
What game? Game 5?
Yes.
Or game 4?
We still win that game.
With Andrew Bogut playing?
Yes, with Andrew Bogut playing and there's no Draymond. We still win that game.
I don't think y'all win that game.
We definitely still win that game. A lot of people forget how pivotal Andrew Bogut was to that team.
No, I know how pivotal Andrew Bogut was, but I don't think y'all win the game without Draymond. I don't think y'all win that game without Draymond. And just Andrew Bogut.
We win that game because we've won big games without Draymond constantly all the time. So what? So him getting thrown out in that game would not, or him starting the game without him would not be any fucking different.
Draymond
that shit still matters to today. That's just Draymond being on the court still matters today. We seen it last year when they struggled when he was hurt. Draymond matters on the court today. So him getting ejected, Moon, we talked about that. That was big for Golden State. That hurt you guys. That hurt you guys. Boo, we can't hear you.
The 73-9 season.
Yeah, when he got going out, when him and LeBron got into the little scuffle where he stood over him, then he tried to swipe at his nuts or whatever. You know, Draymond being Draymond, dumbass. So his own fault. But
the fact of the matter is,
I agree with what Moose said. If Draymond and Bogut was still in there, I think they still win. Yeah, I think I'm with Moo there. I think they win.
Oh no, I thought you were asking without Bogut and Draymond is still in, y'all still win the game.
If Draymond is gone, but we still have Bogut because Bogut going down.
No, I don't think y'all win the game.
I don't know if y'all win with just Bogut though.
I don't think y'all win with just Bogut.
What Draymond did, Boo, I don't think we can still hear you.
I'm not saying what Draymond did wasn't pivotal or wasn't important, but what I'm saying is the defensive adjustments that Kerr would have drawn up at the time would have accounted for Draymond being missing. Because
but we don't. But that's fine. But
Andrew Bogut wasn't in the middle, so that gave Kyrie and LeBron free range.
But with Draymond not being there to put the pressure on LeBron if he's sticking him, Love, that opens Cleveland up to open their offense up too without Draymond being there. And you know that, Moo. You know they can take advantage of Draymond not being there. No, I'm not saying him guarding. I'm not saying him guarding. I'm talking about just him playing the tough defense and being there and making people mess up and getting the 50-50 ball and being in passing lanes and getting the ball and running down the court. Like Draymond not being there, the Cavs can take that. Just how you saying Kerr would make the adjustments. I think LeBron would have made those adjustments too, knowing that Draymond wasn't in that game. Notice I didn't say the coach. Notice I didn't say the coach. LeBron would have made those adjustments. We know that.
He didn't
LeBron
would have made those adjustments. LeBron was already cooking. And Draymond was there.
No,
he was already cooking.
That's fine. You're missing my point. I'm saying
was already if Draymond was there too.
Right.
So what are you talking about?
Right.
As soon as Bogut went down, Bron and Kyrie both went off for 40. Hold on.
Right.
As soon as Bogut went down, Bron and Kyrie went off for 80 fucking points combined. The next game, Bron went off again for 40 fucking points.
Kyrie finally decided to play.
Bogut going down hurt. Nah, DJ. Bogut going down hurt. Bogut going down hurt.
I'm specifically speaking to LeBron because LeBron was already. You said, well, LeBron started cooking. LeBron was cooking the whole series.
Kyrie bought the whole series.
But what I'm saying,
was bailed out by Kyrie's jump shots.
What I'm saying, Moolich, is LeBron would have knowing. I'm not talking about him going off. I'm talking about LeBron's IQ, knowing Draymond is not in that game, knowing how you guys use Draymond, where you keep him at. LeBron's going to take advantage of that. That's all I'm saying, and that's a fact. We know that. So I don't know if Steve Kerr's adjustments with just Bogut is going to get you guys past them. But I agree with you. If y'all had Draymond and Bogut, then yeah, I think you guys still win game 5. But without Draymond, I don't know because I don't know how the Cavs play that without Draymond still being there. Because he's a key to getting in people's head, getting in the middle of the messes. He's your guy that keeps Curry, from getting ejected when he can, because Curry still gets himself ejected. But he's that guy. You know that, Moo. So he was important. You guys losing Draymond game 6, that was important, and that gave Cavs the momentum that they needed to put themselves back in prime position to come back and take the series. Draymond coming back game 6, 7. Right? No, a
big 3 player.
No, I definitely consider them not a traditional big 3, but I do consider them a house-made big 3. Like they made themselves through the draft, but they are a big 3. And that's just but by us saying they're a big 3 for me, it's just me putting respect on all 3 of those guys' names for what they have done.
I can understand that.
That's just
I can definitely understand that for sure. But I don't consider Draymond a big 3. I consider him a great defensive player.
I tell you what,
a great.
Steph Curry ain't won a championship without either one of those guys, and they use that narrative a lot with other players too. So,
no, we don't use those narratives on this show. So,
I'm just we talking about the majority. We've said that a couple of times today.
Yeah. No, that's why I said we don't.
Yeah.
Fuck that narrative. You feel me? But yeah, no, I mean, if you don't consider them a big three, you don't. But for me and DJ, I do think they definitely have the. If we were to go down a checklist of big three, I think they would fit it. I think the big three got better when they added KD because now you push Draymond to the side and now you got two bona fide of the best 3-point shooters in the game, the Smash Bros. And then you got the best 7-foot shooter in the league that joins that.
In the words of Stephen A. Smith, and when you replace nothing with something, you're on to something there because they replaced Harrison Barnes with Kevin Durant. And you know how we feel already about Harrison Barnes.
This shit, if Harrison played better, he could have been a part of the big three.
It would have been a big four if Harrison hit 2 more shots.
Stop it.
They would have been screaming.
2 more shots, Harrison. No, ain't no stop it, DJ. He was 1 for 30.
Moo, you talking to a Rockets fan. I got even worse treatment than you did.
Bro, he was 1 for 13, bro. All he had to do was hit
the Rockets went 0 for 27, Moo. The Rockets went 0 for 27, and they had the lead. All they had to do was drive.
Hey, speaking of the Rockets, y'all actually y'all beat the Nuggets the other day in a great game.
Thank you, Mulich, for transitioning to something that we're going to talk about.
That's not my game of the week, though, because I'm finna roast the fuck out of somebody. Watch. That's not my game of the week.
I guess he got his own game of the week. I thought we picked the game of the week, but I guess he got his own, DJ. This is new to us. This is new to us. He didn't even tell us his game of the week. This is a collective thing, not a fucking separate thing. Mulich said, "Nah, bro, I'm on my own." You need to end the post. Do you need to end the post? Like, do you need to end the post? Nigga?
No, that's good. I just want to talk my shit a little bit. That's it. I can take the end the post though.
What day did the? That's not even right now. Shut up, Moo. Anyway, let's move on with the damn show. So we got the rookies showing out, and the rookie race right now is Victor Wembanyama versus Chet Holmgren. Seems like it's going to be a good one. Seems like Victor might win it. Just to me, I think Victor might win it. Just depends if the OKC finishes with a better record. I think if Chet could get them to a better record, they might give it to Chet. But I don't think so because of how much hype Victor came in with. I think they give it to Victor. I would say boo up, but
I think your point is fair. If Chet and OKC finish with a higher record or with a better record than the Spurs, I think that probably might negate what Wemby the showing that Wemby puts on in his rookie year. But at the same time, like you said, with the hype, Wemby might fuck around and snatch it because he has been balling. So, but yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. Honestly, it can honestly go either way by the end of the season.
Yeah, for what it's worth, when you compare the totals side by side with Chet and Victor, it's really not that far off, which was surprising to me. Was it you that posted that in the group? Somebody posted that in the group. I don't remember who was that posted it, but their totals weren't that far off, and I was like, well, okay, I haven't been watching a lot of OKC, but apparently Chet has been balling too. But to your point, I think if OKC does finish with like a top 3 seed, Chet might be able to jump him and win. But part of the reason why I put this in the chat was because are they going to be too far ahead when Scoot comes back and can he make a solid push even if he's balling to get some nominations here for Rookie of the Year? Or is it just basically a two-headed race?
It might depend on when he comes back.
Yeah, it might just depend.
Because he might come back too late and it might hurt him in that sense because they've already put on such a clinic that it's kind of already locked like a 2-man race. But
yeah, Chet versus Victor.
Yeah, I don't know, it's different. But I mean, you gotta the rookies have been balling though. The Thompson kid, the one of the twins in Detroit, man, has been going crazy with the rebounds.
He's nice.
He's developing to something real nice over there, man.
Word. Buap, are you there? Are you still fixing your mic? We'll take that as a yes. Take that as a yes. Okay. All right. Now let's get into what I wanted to talk about for the day.
Oh,
And that is Agent Zero and his podcast again. This time the boys kind of agree with what he said. I don't, and I didn't say anything to the boys because I think Gilbert is being slick here. I think Gilbert knows what he's doing in this topic, and he knows the answer. And I'm pretty sure we all know the answer. So if you watched it, you guys know that he said basically that the younger guys that are coming out of the league have more opportunities than some of these legends. Bill Russell, Kareem, Hakeem. And what I want to say, is we all know that old school players are not going to be good at coaching these new players. Let's start there, right? We know a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who is he coaching in today's league? He ain't coaching nobody in today's league. You feel me? Who is Patrick Ewing coaching? Nobody. Like Magic couldn't coach LeBron. Like this is what I'm saying. Like you say these old guys aren't getting into the league, or why it took them this long to get into the league, because their mentality and the way that they came into the league doesn't mesh with the way that the league was going and where the league is today. So you can't knock the league and be like, oh, why aren't these vets getting these opportunities? Well, a lot of these vets don't want those opportunities. A lot of those vets don't want to be on ESPN talking sports or taking an analyst job. A lot of them don't want to do it. Sam Bowie has a horse farm, bro. He retired and went and got a horse farm. That's what these players do. So you can't sit here and put it on the NBA, Gilbert, and be like, oh, why does this guy? Or why does, Willie Green have a job, but Hakeem doesn't have a job? Shit, Charles Oakley even came out when asked, would you coach again? He said no. He said no, because I cannot coach a lazy person. What are NBA players today? They don't practice as hard as fucking Charles Oakley used to. Right? They don't practice as hard as Charles Oakley used to.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Like, they don't fucking practice as hard as those guys back in the day. So I don't think even having coaches like those guys in the league today will correlate. Those guys will be one and done. The first season they will get fired and we'll never see them again. Like, so I don't understand. That's why I said, Moo, I don't understand, or I don't even know what he's saying here, because it's like, yeah, a Willie Green, a Tyronn Lue, those guys are more fit mindset, play style to be with these younger guys. They're younger guys themselves. They're not that far removed from the league, but I can't imagine a Charles Oakley, a Patrick Ewing, not in the front office type stuff and in a coaching seat. And then even in the front office, because he said in the front office too, what are they going to offer you in the front office? I don't know what the vets are going to give you in the front office. But you can't put it on the NBA, because the vets, the old errors, don't want to get into talking sports. They don't want to be analysts. They don't want to be coaches. They
got a better chance to be in the front office because of if they were like a Hall of Fame type player, they're gonna have relationships and things that owners appreciate. They can reach out to the younger players, but for the most part, no, the game has passed them up. That's just why they can't coach. Like, game has passed them up. Yeah, it's no secret that it's a young man's game. So that's why I don't like none of the shit Gilbert be talking about, because he just thinks the obvious all the fucking time.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I agree with Boo-Wop. Like, the people that are the vets that should be talking sports and things like that are the people that retired in the 2000s, or they retired in the early 2010s. Like when Sam Bowie and all these other guys, right? When all these guys were talking sports still and stuff, they were all in their 40s and 50s. Some of these guys they're referring to are 60s, 70s. Like, they don't want to do. They're retired age.
He said Hakeem, like why would these guys why would this guy want to coach right now? Who is he coaching?
Big men never been like the ideal head coaches. Like it's obviously it's been former great big men to be head coaches, but usually it's like a point guard for one, or it's like a backup, a guy that was truly a backup type player his whole career and basically was a coach on the sideline.
Yep.
Like, that's who them guys usually become coaches. It's no secret.
Andre Miller would be a good pickup for somebody right now.
Yeah,
and I think that was the biggest point, right? Like Troy, like Troy said, it's like those guys didn't want to do that, bro. Like, there wasn't a point in time where you looked at in the 90s and the early 2000s and was like, yeah, I can see this guy retiring and want to be a coach. Oh, yeah, that guy's going to retire and be a coach. They wasn't on that hype, bro. Them motherfuckers want to make their money, win their championships, and go fucking retire and sit on a fucking beach some goddamn where with their money and their fucking women, bro.
A hill, a desert,
they didn't
something.
care about that shit. A lot of these younger cats, a lot of these later 2000 guys, a lot of these guys that are retiring, they want to stay in basketball. And there was something that I seen the other day about people who love basketball and truly don't love basketball, or truly love basketball and don't love basketball. You can kind of tell that although some people will view the work ethic of these younger guys lazy or whatever the case may be, a lot of these guys love ball to the point where they just want to stay around ball and be around ball all the fucking time, whether it's coaching, whether it's be a player advisor, whether it's be a fucking talent developer, whatever the case may be. They want to be around ball. A lot of these older dudes, you can kind of tell, like, you may love ball, but you probably love money a little bit more, right? Because you got your money and you kind of dipped up out of there, you feel me? And we never heard from you. And then now we only hear from you sometimes, or then an all-star game, or, you know, when you want to pop out and make an appearance. You know what I'm saying? But it's like a lot of these other guys, like, they're around basketball so fucking that they want to be around basketball all goddamn day. The older guys, you know, that as soon as they clock out, bro, hey, give me my line. Where my girl at? I'm finna go lay down somewhere, or we finna go to a party. Like, there was a different kind of game.
It was
back at the time where they was in the locker room type shit. You feel me? Like,
you still had superstar players though, even from the 60s, because Bill Russell became a coach. Like, so it was a lot of players.
Gil was talking about how it took Bill this X amount of years to
he
become
was a player coach.
Right. But at the same time, Willie Green didn't become a head coach right away. When Tyrone Lue didn't become.
He was an assistant coach right away, though.
Right.
I think Willie Green, like
Willie, maybe assistant. But I'm talking about, like, they got opportunities, some of them, but it wasn't like right away. Like Luke Walton didn't become a coach right away.
No, he didn't. He was an assistant coach, but it usually take, like, unless you just like a superstar type dude that got like a Steve Nash, like he a guy that you could, you know, got a job instantly. Like, he was a consultant or a fucking trainer or some shit. I don't know what he was. I don't even think he was an assistant coach. So, yeah,
he wasn't no.
But
coach.
That's like the only guy I could think of. Like, but it's Steve Nash. He's a superstar. Brooklyn needed a superstar type coach at that time. They thought, you know, so whatever. Like, but usually superstar players make bad coaches, because they don't really understand people like that. Like, they're so different. Like, they don't, like, Michael Jordan as a head coach. You will shit on yourself that was your head coach.
Exactly.
Because he don't understand regular people. Like, he not regular. He don't understand it. Kobe. That's why Kobe couldn't coach. He had to coach little girls so he could be softer, like mentally softer. Like, I gotta realize can't coach these people like I would coach some of my teammates. I can't. These little girls, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that's just the reality. Superstars like Jason Kidd, he's a solid coach, but at the end of the day, like, he ain't doing too well. Like, Larry Bird didn't do too well. Like, you know, like, a lot of guys have success. Don't get me wrong, Larry Bird, I think it's the Eastern Conference Final. But it's just still, it's tough. It's truly tough when you're a superstar. So most of the time it's gonna be a rotational guy, or it's gonna be a point guard, things of that nature. So yeah,
somebody that was on the bench next to the coaches.
Yeah,
somebody that was on the bench next to the coaches, soaking up knowledge.
All the greatest coaches that we talk about, Phil Jackson. I don't know what Pop didn't play in the league, but he played ball, but he didn't play in the league. But Phil, Pop, Steve Kerr, the list goes on. These guys were not nowhere near all-star caliber players. Pat Riley was in the league for what, 5 years? Something like that, 6 years? Like, he was not a great player.
Even look at Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing, he didn't want to coach in the league. He said, I'm gonna coach college.
Because he got a better chance. Because he can at least try to show them something. Like, you're not finna show no. Especially in this era of basketball where it's basically no big men. Like, what Patrick Ewing gonna do?
Yeah, that's what I was saying when he was saying, like, oh, Kareem, and I'm like, those guys couldn't coach today. You're saying that, but they couldn't. What big man are they coaching?
Kareem couldn't coach in the 70s if he wanted to. He was an asshole. I love you, big dog.
Hakeem?
Thank you. Kareem, oh my God, that's Patrick the biggest Ewing factor. Like who are they giving these niggas was dickheads, bro.
Kareem,
oh my God, that's why I'm saying Charles Oakley said it, and it's probably how all of them think. I can't coach because these niggas lazy.
Bro,
That's how they gonna take it. Like these niggas, they don't work as hard as me.
Somebody who you gonna be fighting with the whole fucking time, bro.
And Charles Oakley, the type of coach, punch you in your shit.
Exactly. Charles Oakley, Kareem, them motherfuckers gonna punch you in your shit. Okay?
Michael, can you imagine Michael punch you around your shit?
Literally, y'all gonna be on that court rumbling.
Do you see Michael as an owner? Did you see him as an owner smacking people on the head and shit? Like, what is he on?
Bro?
This is a grown ass man.
Come on, bro. You lucky I don't turn around and jaw your shit real quick. What's wrong with you?
For real. And take your shoes off. Right on.
You smack that shit out your ass. Michael, you're gonna disappear and ain't gonna be nowhere on the TV.
Well, I'm disappearing.
Disappear and ain't gonna be nowhere on the TV.
I'm gonna be gone.
Ain't gonna be no missing body, no missing report, no nothing.
Kobe did the most savage thing ever. Like when I was listening to the podcast today, Lou Will was talking about Kobe got so mad. He went and told the people pick up all his shoes that the team was wearing, take them away.
Took them out, yeah.
And then he told them, next year when I go to front office, I'm trading all y'all sorry asses. Bruh, you cannot coach with that.
They said Kobe also walked in there like, I just came in here to say bye to y'all niggas because y'all ain't gonna be here tomorrow.
He did a lot. I watched that whole practice. Kobe was out there treating their ass. He told Mitch Kupchak, he said, this the shit I come back to, Mitch. I'm supposed to get better with this shit? Like, damn.
Breaking those young men's spirits. All right, let's get to these Clippy whips. So Clippers are 0-4 with James Harden. Oh, it's gonna be a lot to unpack here because we got to talk about James fucking Harden again. All right, so Clippers 0-4. Do you think the inquiry they made was a good one? Is it too early to say?
Fuck no.
Saying it was a good quality trade?
Hell no.
You saying that the inquiry that they made was stupid? Okay.
Stupid as fuck.
Dumb.
So I'm gonna clip these next two together, all right? So I could just take them out. So Clippers make the trade to get James. James doesn't play first couple of games, then he plays. They go 0-4, right? And then it's a fluctuation between Paul George having a lot of points, Kawhi having a little bit of points, Kawhi having a lot of points, Paul George having a little bit of points, Westbrook having somewhere between 10 and 17 points, and then James is averaging 13.5 points to be correct in his 4 games with his new team, the Clippers. But too many strip clubs. But Ty Lue also came out when they first got James and said that he was running the offense through Westbrook. The offense is going to run through Westbrook. Well, he recently just came out and said the offense is going to run through James. So we kind of got the first answer. We all know it was a bad trade, or to us it was a bad trade. But so let's go to the second. What are you guys feeling about Lue's comment switching from Westbrook to James? Do you think that's going to make Westbrook feel some type of way? And then after you answer this, I have one more place I want to go with this conversation. But go ahead, Moo.
You're a dumbass, okay? I want you to know that, Ty Lue. You're a dumbass, okay? And then everybody else in the front office, y'all are also some dumbasses, okay? Because when you really look at the games, bro, and you really watch how everything is unfolding, you can't help. First of all, you can't help but laugh because they literally did it to their fucking self. That's the reason I'm calling them fucking stupid. You guys are dumb as hell. But you literally look at it, and it's like, especially when they play all 4 of these niggas together, it's the funniest thing ever. They're all literally constricting each other, bro. I swear. You got Paul George and you got Kawhi, like right here, and then they go right here, and then one goes over here, and then one goes over here. And then Westbrook go harder than right here the whole time. They're just like on each other. I'm like, bro, y'all see what the fuck is going on? And then they try to like interchange them. You guys are dumb. And Ty Lue, you deserve everything that's going to come to you. I swear, everything that's about to come to you, everything, because this was the dumbest shit you've ever done, the dumbest thing you've ever done and said, literally, and done and said.
DJ.
Come on, man. Listen, I get echoes of Stephen A in my head right now of what can go wrong, will go wrong. Everything. From the time they acquired Kawhi and Paul George, they haven't been healthy other than the year in the bubble. And we're gonna touch on the bubble later. We are gonna touch on the bubble later. Then the next year, Kawhi's hurt. Paul George, you know, he went as long as he could with Reggie Jackson and them boys. They got to the conference finals. Shout out to them for that. Come back the next year, one of them is hurt. Kawhi is out here playing by himself last year with Westbrook, and then Kawhi gets hurt. And now Westbrook is out here playing by himself, still showing people that he's still a good player. If the team is only focused around him, he can still make an impact that way. He finds his foot in the Clippers, look pretty good with just those three and their bench players, and they give up their bench and go sign this guy.
Dipsy cheese doodles.
And this is literally, like Moose said, they did it to themselves. We know. We said a couple of weeks ago on here, when I was on Basket to Basket just the other day, I straight up said, we know Russ and James Harden don't work. We've already seen it in Houston. We know it's not going to work. We know it's not going to work, bro. This is freaking ridiculous. Like, you know what? Going back to our last point about why those older coaches can't coach, James Harden is the exact fucking player that Charles Oakley will bust in the head. He is the exact player Charles Oakley will bust across the head.
Oakley
will
bust that nigga in his
beard.
I ain't gonna lie though. I think a lot of it still is fixable. What we seeing to me is a James Harden out of shape, which is why I wouldn't have did the trade, mostly because James Harden does not take the game too serious to me. But again, I do think I don't blame Ty Lue, because I don't think Ty Lue wanted James Harden. I think Steve Ballmer wanted James Harden. Honestly, I don't think
that was the other thing. I just couldn't think of his name.
Yeah, I don't think Ty Lue, because when they first was talking about it, I think Ty Lue was consistent. Like, I think we got what we need. I don't think we need James. Now, the only reason why I think they ultimately took James Harden is because they was able to keep Terrence Mann, which was important to them. They wanted to keep him because he's a young player, and they feel like they can build with him later on. So, but when I look at James Harden, it's mostly I look at a guy that's not in sync with the game right now. Now, you got to play them differently for sure. You cannot play Russell Westbrook and James Harden together that much. And that's just the reality. You're probably going to have to make Westbrook come off the bench more.
Okay, see, that was my second part of this, right? Because they were talking about who comes off the bench. Is it Westbrook or is it James? And to me, I would do James, because we see how Westbrook fits with him. But the only problem, and why I understand who I'm saying Westbrook is, James is going to give him more of a problem coming off the bench.
You can start them all, but I'm just saying you can't play them that much. You can start them. Listen, you can start them. Yes, you can, because it's all about feeding their egos. They want to start, so let them start. But you, as the coach, if I'm the coach, Westbrook, you're going to play 4 minutes with this court. 4
all over again.
4.
I was going to say,
James Harden be in Portland next year.
It ain't Carmelo all over again, because Carmelo
Portland next year.
No, James Harden is still much better than Carmelo was at that time.
No, we're not talking about skill and what he could do on the court. We're talking about
what it got to be about.
His mentality. No, because Carmelo can still do it. Carmelo can still bust anybody ass at a time. Yes, he could.
One-on-one?
No. Carmelo coming off the Knicks was still that guy. Let's not do that. He was still that guy.
No,
Melo coming off the Knicks.
He was barely, if anything, Melo was barely a top 20 player when he left.
I'm not caping for Melo. Let's not do this.
When he left the Knicks, he was barely a top 20 player, bro.
I'm not caping for Melo.
So I'm saying, like, how was you still that guy then? The Melo I know was a top 10 player.
What I'm talking about is, did Melo's ego not push him out the league for 2 years?
Part of it, for sure.
That's what I'm talking about with James.
Part of it for sure. But at the end of the day, the game had passed Melo up to a degree too. That's what it was mostly.
I think you still could have utilized Melo.
He got to
look at
the mentality. He didn't want to utilize himself until he got that.
That's my point. James, to what you're saying, James not being in shape, James not being mentally into the game. That's the to me, that's the Carmelo effect. Me thinking he told Emmanuel Udoka, and you wasn't in for this, but James told Emmanuel Udoka he wanted to be the scoring champ. They were going to give him a super max. He said, I'll give you the max, until James said he wanted to be a scoring champ. So in James' mind, he's still him. right? He is still him, right? I'm not this. I don't play in a system. I am the system. That is something him says. So if James Harden is saying that type of stuff, then we have to look at it this way, bro.
Yeah,
we have to look at it this way.
But
James is telling us he's not a system. He doesn't fit into a system. He is the system. When he was in a system in OKC when he started, he was in a system with the Nets, and then he went to a system with the 76ers. He was always in a system.
He wasn't in the system with the Nets, though.
Yes,
no, he was.
He was in a system with the Nets. KD
that
was the guy.
No system.
KD was
there was no system.
Well, I agree with you, but I get what you're saying. But he played the role.
He ran the show though. He ran the show though. He ran the show though in Brooklyn.
He ran it, but that was his role, right? And Kyrie and KD got more shots up to him. So the offense went through Kyrie and KD. So it would make him in any other sense a third option. That's a role.
No. The offense did not. The points may have came mostly from Kyrie and KD, but James Harden still averaged 24 points on that team. I think he was either second or third in assists in the league. So the offense, most of the offense is being factored by James Harden.
I think Brooklyn is a bad example. I think Brooklyn is a bad example just because them three people they never played. They barely played.
Yeah, that's true, but he still played. He played in the system there. So anyway, he played in the system.
That's not a system, though. That's not a system.
I get you, boo. I get you. But he played in the system in OKC. He became the man, and then you go and you accept your role.
And sure,
you know what your role is going to play with the Sixers. Just like him, he knew. And the reason why I knew the Nets, dude, this is why I use the Nets is because he knew what his role is going to the Nets. Just like when he accepted you could trade me to Sixers, he knew what his role was. He knew he was not going to be in front of Embiid. So to me, that's ego. That's Melo. Melo would do that shit. That's what Melo would do. I'm not sitting on the bench. Well, OKC sat him on the bench. I don't want to sit on the bench. Oh, these niggas lied to me. They told me I was going to be this vital part, but the nigga started putting up 9 points a game. Like, what do you want them to fucking do?
OKC didn't have a system.
OKC didn't have a system.
No, they didn't. They just had three. They had three very good players.
That nigga was a 6-man. He was a role player. He came off the fucking bench.
That's not. That don't make what he was playing.
Just because you don't like the system, don't mean it's not a system.
Though. A system is a system.
Don't make them.
It ain't about liking it. A system is a legit
definitely
system.
had a system. They had a 1-2 guy, which was Westbrook and KD.
You a system because you have a 1-2.
No, you didn't even let me fucking finish.
Tell me what makes you a system.
Glad you to have you back. How did they play? Everybody played around their two guys, right? How did OKC play, right? They had their two front guys, and everybody worked around them, right? So that would mean if I have my two best players, and every player around them is to work towards them, that would mean every player around them is in a system to help my two best players be the best team. That's why KD
said on a basketball team.
I said KD
because
he wasn't giving me no help. You can say that, but he was on a system.
He was on an NBA team. No, I look at it's not many systems in the league, man.
Whether you want to say system or not, James Harden played the role on OKC. He played the role in the Nets, and he went to the 76ers to play a role. So
he's been very good at roles.
Right. So you can't say I'm not the right. So why would you say I'm not going to fit into a system? I am the system when you're playing with Joel Embiid.
Because
why would you say something like that?
If I'm James Harden, no matter what, like
ego.
Of course it's ego.
Okay, that's all I wanted to hear you say. Then
of course it's ego, but it's not Melo.
It's Melo effect. It's the Melo effect. That's what I call it. The Melo effect. It's the Melo effect.
It's not. James Harden is not going to get blackballed out the league. He's not going to get blackballed out.
Yes, he will. Yes, he is. Yo, hold on, Boo-Wop. Before the Clippers even pulled the trigger on him, he was about to be out the league because all the execs talked, and they said nobody touched him to where the Clippers backed up from the trade. They put it on pause. They said, we ain't going to touch James Harden right now. And then the 76ers called them again. That next morning, they called them again, and they made the trade at 4 a.m. in the morning when every other exec was asleep.
You don't think James Harden would have got a job, man?
No, I don't. No, I don't. God. No, and it's a lot of people around the NBA that don't think he would have been in the league much longer with his attitude. And I still don't think he's going to be in the league much longer.
He's 34, so he's not going to be in the league much longer.
Right, but he can help himself if he loses the fucking attitude. He would help himself if he loses the fucking attitude.
Could help himself
James
more
Harden,
obviously.
James Harden could be a spot up shooter towards the end of his career, play another 7 years, bro. He's a good shooter. Well, no, he's not a good shooter. He's a volume shooter. But he could become a spot up shooter off somebody's bench, bro. He's not going to want to, just like Melo.
That's just not who he is, bro. But I'm saying though, like at the end of the day,
Melo, and then Melo had to sit down and be like, "All right, they right. I have to do this." Went to Portland. Then went to the Lakers and bust ass with the Lakers.
Melo did not bust ass. He was a solid player.
Yes, but he was considered for in the beginning of the season. He was up for he was considered for 6 minutes a year in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, that was like 12 games. But look, man. Like, come on. Like, let's be realistic. All Melo did was buy in that he's not the same player no more. Cool, right? But
Melo had his ass down for 2 years and get
up at first, and that's my point.
But
James
I'm
is going down
though,
that same path.
James
he's
Harden
not accepting his role.
Bro, James Harden right now, to me, is just out of shape for the most part. But James Harden's game still suggests that he can still be a really good point guard in this league.
No,
like
he
James
wants to
Harden,
be the man. He wants to be the guy like he was on Houston.
Nobody is saying that he can't be a really good
point
guard.
He told Emmanuel Doka, I want to be the scoring champ. That means the ball is in your hand.
But what I'm saying with the Melo thing, I didn't think Melo, personally, once I seen him at OKC, I was kind of like, I don't think Melo can really play in this league no more. And it wasn't really because of mentality, though. It was not because of mentality. It was basketball.
He played bad for OKC, 100%. But Mel was sitting here and tell you that OKC wasn't supposed to bench him. He was playing well. But no, he was hurting their offense. He was hurting their offense. So they sat him on the bench. But then he
didn't want to accept the role.
He went right back to his ego and was like, "Oh, you lied to me. I was supposed to be a starter. This is supposed to be a big 3. I'm not supposed to be on the bench." And then he goes to Houston. They did. They did.
No, in Houston, yeah, not at OKC.
He was on the bench.
He was on the bench. We checked. Yeah, we checked. We went back and checked because we had this debate with Mel. We literally went back and had this. They put him on the bench. On the bench. He went to the bench. And he said, "Yo, y'all lied to me. I'm supposed to be a starter." And then he went to Houston, and Mike D'Antoni did the same thing to him. Started him at first and then moved him to the fucking bench. And he couldn't have, Mike D'Antoni did blackball him, but he couldn't accept that role. So after that, he's out the league for 2 years, to where Dane has to call him like, "Yo, bro, just come play for us." And he's like, "All right, I'll do it." He didn't want to go to fucking Portland. His ego made that shit happen.
Hey, man, y'all gotta stop, man. I'm looking at it right now. Melo, OKC, 78 games started. Y'all gotta stop, man. I gotta slow down just a little bit. I love y'all though.
Pull up playoff.
Love y'all though. Playoffs. Let's see. OKC played 6 games. Started 6 games. Now again,
well, maybe we looked at the points.
Listen though, in Houston though, listen, it should have been understood in his mind that I need to come off the bench.
That nigga went to the bench.
But he didn't want to come off the bench. I get that. He did.
But the original point was James Harden should be the one pushed to the bench, and he's not going to want to do it.
He definitely doesn't want to do it.
And that's the mentality that Melo had, and it's bound.
But he don't. I don't think he need to be on the bench. Again, I think they just need to run that team differently. You cannot play Russ and James. You cannot really play Russ. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Russ and Kawhi and Paul George is not the most ideal like trio either. Like before they got James Harden, it's still not the most ideal. But the only difference is Westbrook wasn't confused about his role anymore. He knew he was the point guard of this team. Now it's back to that confusion thing that he was dealing with LeBron, when to pick and choose, take his spots. That's not ideal. So to me, I think you start them for their egos because that's what they want. But then if I'm Ty Lue, I'll probably pluck Kawhi and Russ or some shit out early. Because Kawhi a guy you need to whatever. But that's the beauty of having like 4 great perimeter players. Like to me, like you can mix and match them lineups. You don't have to play them 4 all day together. You might can close some games with them. Maybe. I doubt it. I probably wouldn't let James Harden play as much in the 4th quarter, though, me personally, because I think Russ is a better defender than James Harden. So it would be me mixing up.
That's not going to sit well with him either.
I wouldn't give a fuck, though.
But that's where his ego comes into play. But his ego is going to fuck with the team.
I wouldn't give a fuck. You might be right about that, but I'm just saying, like, it's only going to fuck with the team if you're not winning games, too. Like if you lose and this happening, James Harden be like, see,
They're
I should have been
losing.
out there. I should be out there. You know what I'm saying?
You
But
saw
if they
how
win,
James looked on the bench the other
Losing
day
now,
when in that fourth loss. You saw how he looked there. He looked like, oh, this shit ain't my fault. Everybody else fall around me. That's his face. Boo up. Like it's not my fault. Everybody else fall around me. I'm the system. These niggas supposed to get around me. How you trying to tell Kawhi Leonard you're the system?
That was the cold
hey, James Harden for 8 years, bro, was the system though. Like
yes, but at some
system.
point, boo up. Yes, but at some point we have to recognize, or players have to recognize, it's when why did Derrick Rose make the transition so easy after realizing he wasn't the same player? Yes, it was injury, but once he knew he wasn't the same player, his transition was so fucking smooth. He didn't try to come back and be a number one fucking player. He understood what his role was. No ego involved, bro.
I mean, when he first came back from the injuries, he did try to be the number one still.
Yes, I said once he realized that he wasn't the same player.
That's why him and Jimmy had to break up in Chicago because they didn't know who the man was on the team. Jimmy wanted to be the man. Derek wanted to be the man, but they knew Jimmy was more, on the rise.
Once Derek understood who he was, once he got off the Bulls and he left, you didn't hear people of Derrick Rose talking about I'm the man, I'm this, I'm that.
Yeah, no, because
he accepted the roles that he was put in.
But
that's what you want from a player, right? And I understand James Harden
injuries made it that way for him.
Right. And that's why I said it's totally different. But I can understand people might say, James Harden is a bigger superstar than Derrick Rose. I can understand that. But it still, to me, doesn't give him a right to think that if I'm coming to you as a coach and I'm telling you, my best bet is to go with you on the bench, let you run the second option, and you're going to have a fit with me to where I'm going to have the struggle between you and Westbrook and who's going to do what. No, that's a problem for the team. You guys are already coming out and y'all losing already, which I'm not too concerned about the losing because they just got together, right? But y'all already coming out and losing, right? You got to get this shit together fast, right?
I don't like it.
I don't like it either, but because if you don't get it together fast, then it's just a waste. James Harden is going to leave at the end of this year. Mark my words. James Harden will not be a Clipper next year.
If they keep losing, James Harden's going to check out during the middle of the year at this point.
Oh, they breaking up.
He will not be there. He will not be there.
He might be there. He might be there. That's the crazy thing. But I think they had to break this team up no matter what. This team was put together 5 years ago, to win a title. Simple. You did what you did because now it looks like what it's going to look like is that did we fuck up with Shea? We should have probably kept Shea. Shea is balling his ass off right now.
Yeah. Better make a trade and get him back.
It's going to start looking like that.
That ain't happening at all.
Can we do Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and James Harden for a shit? Can we set it up right now? We'll fly them fucking there on a jet right fucking now. One more thing. The Bucks said they'll throw in Chris Middleton for free.
I'm not doing that, bro. I would give them James and Paul George for say though. I'll do that. Wait.
Okay,
better give him some.
They're not doing that. Okay, she ain't stupid.
Better give him some.
But yeah, I'm not finna trade for 230.
But yeah, but I understand what you're saying, but to me, it really resembles, and I call it Melo because Melo's the last player to do it. It's not the only player to let their ego get in the way of them having to transition to the bench. But I call it the Melo, no disrespect to him, but just because he's the freshest player to do it. But I do think it's a Melo type thing where James, because everybody is saying, Matt, I just sent the clip over to the chat when Matt Barnes was saying the exact same thing. James Harden is going to talk himself out the league.
Facts.
Not play himself out the league. He's going to talk himself out the league. Because like Buop, to have the notion that I can go into any place I want in this NBA, and if I don't like it, I can ask for a trade, and I'm going to get out. It's not a precedence the NBA is going to let anybody set. And James Harden said that shit. He did it to Houston. He did it to the Nets. He did it to the 76ers. And that's name one other superstar that has forced themselves off of a team or for 3 teams in 4 years. Also name me another superstar, right? That forced that traveled around the league as much as James Harden is not called a journeyman. He's a journeyman superstar, and I fucking don't know who that is besides LeBron. I know people say LeBron because LeBron just goes wherever he can to win championships, but that's different from here. Like LeBron finishes his contracts and then he goes to another team. James Harden is literally forcing himself out.
But the force off of Houston was not crazy.
Even if it's not crazy, it's still he forced himself off of Houston. A year and a half later, forced himself off the team he got traded to, and then a year and a half later, forced himself off the team he got traded to. Come on, bro.
Yeah, but he with the Houston situation, bro, they getting ready to go through a somewhat rebuild. Russell Westbrook was saying he don't want to be there. On top of that, he had no insight on the head coach that he did not want. What's his name? Silas Jr. That he did not want him. So again, like if you a player, bro,
and James didn't want Westbrook there
empowerment league, huh?
I said James didn't want Westbrook there no more either.
I ain't gonna say. I just think
that's the rumor that's out.
But it still look weird because I agree with that rumor to a degree. I think they so close as friends that they didn't want that shit to start clashing between their friendship. Like we're losing, pointing fingers and shit. No, it ain't like Dwight Howard because him and Westbrook really grew up together and shit. Like they real friends.
No, I know, but I'm saying not like Dwight Howard because Dwight Howard and James Harden fought over who was going to be man when they was on the Rockets.
Yeah, but I don't think Westbrook was trying to be the man in Houston. Right. I think Dwight Howard was like he was still thinking this Orlando shit going on in his head or whatever. But
that was
I was playing with Kobe. Yeah, like like it was dumb to me, but I still think this is the same thing because if they don't win, like this is going to be you got 4 future Hall of Famers on one team, bro. Like this is going to be a nasty fucking narrative.
Los Angeles Lakers all over again. That's exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be the LA Lakers all over again from 2004. They lost.
I don't know if I don't.
I'm just it's four superstars, 4 Hall of Famers.
You right, but like to me, I think Karl Malone and Gary Payton was like more so really on their way out. Like
they was done up, DJ.
Yeah, like I get what you're saying though, DJ.
All I know is Gary left and still carved out a nice niche for him in Miami, and they won.
He was on the bench though, and he was doing what like a veteran guy like that too.
But you know what he did do? He accepted the role, and what came with
it. Agreed. He definitely did that.
And all I'm saying is the way James Harden acts now, he is not going to accept his role. But anyway, I want to get to another part before we move on from the Clippers. We're going to skip a couple of topics because we're running a little late. But so. The Clippers, a couple of Clipper players came out because it was Paul George and it was also Brandon. Who was the other dude from the Pusha P? Lou Will. They came out and said that once they heard all the chatter about the bubble ring, they took their foot off the gas. Well, guess what, stupid motherfuckers? You should have never took your foot off the gas. I would have took the heat with having that motherfucking ring.
You niggas lying.
You done gave it to LeBron, you big ass motherfucking fools.
Lying.
Fuck is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? We took our foot off the gas, nigga, and gave it to LeBron.
You niggas
gave it to LeBron.
Fucking lying.
Hey, you niggas folded, man. Damn, get this shit out the way.
Swear,
they folded.
Just say y'all folded and got fucking work. Gave up a 3-1 lead. Niggas lying.
Let's just be serious here. They gave it to. They didn't even give it to LeBron. They ass smacked in the series by the Nuggets, who won a championship.
They took their foot off the gas. Is why I'm saying they let LeBron went on and won it.
They took their foot off the gas. But I disagree with they took their foot off their gas. They just got their ass smacked 3 straight games, and they couldn't make the adjustment to contain Jokic. They got smacked.
It's like it really wasn't even Jokic. It was like it was Paul George folding. Kawhi started having some bad fourth quarters and shit. Like it was dumb. They played I look at it like they played the turtle versus the bunny. You know what I'm saying? Like the bunny just I'm gone. Pew! That's what they did. 3-1. We up. They started chilling. Like they saying that they got relaxed and then they got punched. And they didn't know how to recover.
It was like prison. So everybody that's talking about it was feared, some niggas was taking that time a lot harder than others.
They were.
That shit wasn't, bro. They need to stop with that shit. Like, have you ever been to fucking jail?
Paul George said he was outside watching cars drive by.
Bro, Paul George is lying.
He couldn't go out. He couldn't go out.
They was in
He
fucking Disney. They was in fucking
it was
Disney
still
World.
closed down. It was closed down. It wasn't open. It wasn't open. So when they told them that, listen, you guys are gonna come here, you're gonna get all these amenities, you're gonna be able to do this. He said they literally was opening it one part at a time, and they all had to like wait till it opened for them to go. They wasn't keeping it open for the basketball. Them niggas was literally stuck in their rooms, bro. He said, so what did y'all do? Jog around the facility? He said, basically take a fucking walk. That's all we could do. So you can't knock poor Jordan from telling you like that's what it was for that nigga. He was in jail.
That's not jail to me.
I know it's not jail, but
that's not jail to me.
Like
but
jail,
I also know they had a choice. They didn't have to go. They could have just stayed for real.
But they got lied to. They got lied to. That was
they did get lied to too.
I agree. They probably got lied to. I mean, but we gotta all be realistic. It was a pandemic. A lot of motherfuckers was playing that shit day by day. Then nobody really know what was going on. But to me, as it pertains to them players in particular, like it was all fair for everybody. Like everybody dealt with the same shit. Everybody. So it's just like you just had to
just
either
because
get through
everybody dealt with it doesn't mean everybody takes it the same.
Oh, I clearly
see
them
that. Niggas was scared, bro.
I
them
clearly
niggas was scared because they didn't want to run into.
Taking up for the Clippers, I am not taking up for the fucking Clippers.
And shit. I don't care about none of that weenie ass shit them niggas talking about. You niggas was some fucking weenies and didn't want to fucking play basketball no more and wanted to go back home to your little girlfriend and your little wife and your little kids and shit.
If I'm stuck in a hotel room, I want out too. That's all I'm
right. It was jail.
That's all I'm gonna say. If I'm stuck in a hotel room and I can't go out and enjoy myself, nigga, and all I could do is order room service for these next 3 motherfucking months, and I thought we was gonna have activities that we can do to keep our mental together, nigga, I am out of here. I'm out of here.
I would have left. If I would have left. That's why I'm talking about. I agree with Boo. I would have left. But I would have left if I didn't like it.
Stop it.
Hold on.
Moo, you wouldn't have loved it. Stop it, Moo. You wouldn't have fucking loved it.
Wasn't Jimmy Butler getting some food in the lockdown, bro? And wasn't he?
No, he was making coffee for everybody and shit.
Jimmy Butler selling it for $20.
Was out there having relations with
nobody was buying his coffee. Nobody was buying his $20 cup of coffee though.
You niggas was enjoying yourself. You niggas want to come on this motherfucking podcast shit talking about it was jail. Jimmy Butler was in there. He was in there getting his rocks off. Why would you niggas in there getting your rocks off?
Yeah, Jimmy Butler lived a hard life though, bro. He felt privileged being inside the bubble. Not all them niggas lived a life like Jimmy Butler. Anyway, they
most of their ass did though. Most of their ass low-key did. Most of them did.
And Jimmy Butler got it out the mud. He said, "Hey Rachel, what you doing?" She said, "I need some coffee." Jimmy said, "Bet."
Like, I just don't. I don't.
Jimmy didn't hit that.
I ain't put nothing past nobody, but
oh, he with Shakira now. He didn't hit that.
The best story that I've heard so far was they said Kawhi Leonard was in that whole door open, cooking tacos and singing. And everybody was walking by like, who the hell is this nigga?
No, but I get it, bro. If you're not used to that shit, that shit affects people differently. Yeah, it's all the same, but people are affected differently. If me and you stood in front in the middle of a fucking Afghan shootout, nigga, we're both gonna come out that situation totally different, but the same thing just happened to us.
I mean, if I'm just saying though, like, I guess it's a tough situation. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it wasn't a tough situation. I get it. You used to a certain lifestyle, certain foods you probably like eat on a regular. I get all of those things. I
couldn't even beat his meat in peace.
So
I'm a nigga from the hood, nigga. I always want to go to Disney World, nigga. Let me go.
This is where I kind of agree with the mental part, because whenever they first got there, the whole world was shut down. So fine, they have whatever with Disney World and stuff like that. But a month in, Disney World opened back up, Florida opened back up. So they're literally confined to their rooms. They can't go out because if they have interaction with anybody else,
they get on lockdown.
They can't play.
He said if you cross the line, you go on a mandatory lockdown. You cross the line. Whether you came in contact with nobody or somebody or not, if you cross that line, you're going 7 days quarantine. Like them niggas was prison. Not jail. Fuck jail. They were in prison. Prison.
Jail.
They was in Disney prison, nigga, with all the little kids.
You niggas was in there chilling with the mouse, and you niggas didn't want to make
No,
no
they
pancakes
the
and
mouse
shit.
wasn't there. The mouse got sent home because everybody got sent home.
They couldn't interact with the mouse.
Wasn't there, bro.
Nobody was there.
Nobody could be there with them.
How we know the mouse wasn't there in the back?
Because everybody got shut down. Wait, no, Mulich, you right. The mouse had to watch the little kids in the back.
I'm saying, bro, you mean to tell me Mickey left his house, bro? That's what y'all telling me. Mickey had to leave his own crib because the world shut down.
Yes, nigga.
Yes,
he had to take Minnie, and he had to take Pluto
to the hotel.
Also a dog like Goofy
to the hotel. They had to take it to the hotel, bro.
See me, nah, bro. I ain't going for it, bro.
Let me tell you what happened.
Basement,
let me tell you what happened. The NBA players, the NBA and the NBA players, the NBA and the NBA players Airbnb that bitch. So Mickey had to go, and Mickey was perfectly fine taking the bag of probably over $50 million. That's exactly what happened. For 3 months, $50 million. I'm out this bitch. I get y'all. Shit. What you mean?
They done paid Mickey mascot. They done paid Mickey like they paid the Denver's mascot. That nigga make money. That Denver mascot. That nigga make money. I think he had like 265, bro. 265 a year, bro. 265,000. That's 265,000 a year. Nigga, like, give me that. I'm a mascot. I wear a suit and do backflips over fucking ladders. Nigga, break my neck. I think I still be good. I'll break it again. I don't give a fuck.
I break this shit to get it the fuck together, man. Like, I don't want to hear all this goofy ass shit. They folded. And they folded. They've been folding ever since then.
I do agree with that you guys did not take your foot off the gas. You let up because you thought you had it in the bag. The same thing the Warriors did, you know, when LeBron and them came back from that 3-1. You let the fuck up. You feel me? And that shit happened.
They caved under the pressure.
It happens. They let up.
I ain't gonna even say they really let up. They you got Steph playing like shit, low key. You got Klay playing like shit. Like
they let up.
No.
They ain't do what they. What I'm saying, let up is they didn't do what they were supposed to do.
To me though, like it wasn't about letting up. It wasn't about letting up though. It was more so like I
ain't never gonna come up with no bullshit ass excuse like that.
Steph and Klay didn't play well. I'll say that mostly. I'll say that like mostly in game 7 they started caving or whatever.
First champion.
But I still look at it. I look at like games 1 through 4. LeBron and Kyrie played bad too. Like when you go back and look at them series, they played bad. But then games 5, 6, and 7, them motherfuckers was like, man, look, let's get it. Like where Steph and Klay was still struggling in them games. I think Steph averaged like 19 or some shit in that series. He had a bad series.
One point to Denver caving under pressure, and it's an underrated stat. In every single game, they were up 3-1. After, they were up at halftime by double digits every single game. You didn't take your foot off the gas. You choked and got smacked. You didn't take your foot off the gas. You caved.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, they had multiple fourth quarter leads and just couldn't hold them down.
Denver was playing with house money. Ain't no pressure on our side, nigga. We supposed to lose this. We supposed to lose the series.
Denver was playing with house money, and then they just started playing with more urgency. Like they obviously the team that's trying to get back into the series, and they ultimately did and fucking won. That's just how that go. That's just really how that go. We seen this shit before. It's just you got to call it what it is, man. You're folded, you know.
Niggas catted off because I thought I had it in the bag.
I'm skipping a couple of things, bro. So because we had an hour 30.
Are we at your solo time?
Now, you know I always got a mess behind me. Listen, I don't do it. I clean it, get that way. I don't care. It happens when you got kids. But I just want to say this. Carmelo came out and Carmelo said something about the losers, or who we call the losers, right? The guys that don't win championships. So he said, we basically said, we don't matter, right? And no, I wanted to say this, right? Because we are in a time where if a guy doesn't win a championship, he don't mean nothing, right? Well, we got to stop doing that. You know, guys that don't win championships, they mean something. But they go in their own category, Carmelo. You are under the guys that the superstars, right? And the stars that have championships. To me, I'm just explaining to you what I do, right? So you fall under those guys. You're still talented. You're better than most guys with championships, but I'll put you above them. But not the superstars, you feel me? Like, you're better than Scottie Pippen. But I don't think I'll rank you above him. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying, Carmelo? I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, you count. Your career counts. You're a 3-time Olympian. Your career counts, bro. Like kids want to be Melo. They want to be Hoodie Melo. They want to be OKC Melo. They don't want to be Houston Melo because you only played 10 games. You know, they don't want to be that Melo. They don't want to be that much. But you know what I'm saying? Like your sensei, you can still bust anybody ass one-on-one. Just doesn't translate like Boo I said to the game today. You feel me? But you're not a loser. You know, you are a loser, but you're not a loser. You feel me? You're a loser because you didn't win a championship, but you're not a loser because you accomplished a lot in the NBA. I know it don't make sense, but it makes sense. You understand what I'm saying, bro? You know what I'm saying, Carmelo. Like you fall under the guys with championships, man. Let's not act like that's not how it's been for years and years and years.
Oh shit! Hey, I did not mean to laugh during your time, man. That shit took me out.
But
Troy was going, hey, you out of line for the. Hey, you ain't out of line. It was the truth. That's what made it so funny.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just,
mean,
you know.
Oh man.
I wouldn't even call him. I mean, I wouldn't even call him a loser. Like, I would just say he never won a title because, like, at the end of the day, I already understand. Like, every great player is probably not going to win a title.
Win a championship,
that's just the reality. And yeah, like it's cool. Like it only hurts you when it comes to a select group of guys, like guys that's truly just better than you, and truly just won. Like that's no knock against a guy. Like even like you said, these young kids will do that. You know, put you in this ring culture, and if you don't win, you're weak. Like simple as that to them. Like you didn't win, you're weak. Like it don't work like that. But we all should know that. Like
yeah, no, you're still a winner. You never won, like boy I said, you never won a championship. So that's why they call you loser. That's why I said loser, but not a loser. Because people will call you a loser because you never won, but you aren't a loser because you accomplished. And you did win. You won 3 Olympic gold medalists. You just didn't win a championship in the league.
Yeah,
all right.
I mean,
so Boo, we have a new segment here. It's called. You ever played Call of Duty? Boo?
Fuck no.
Oh damn! They have this. They have this game mode. It's called 1v1 me, bro. That's what it's called. 1v1 me, bro. But basically, you just 1v1 a nigga. It's just you, him, you 1v1 him. So Troy took it and he made it a segment. So this is the segment called 1v1 me, bro. And I tried to think. I know I spelled Marbury's name wrong. I don't give a fuck.
1v1 me, bro, is like super sus. Not gonna lie. Super sus. It's just
1v1 me, bro. No, it's
do
not.
you hear what you 1v1 me, bro? What the fuck?
Right, nigga. 1v1 me, bro. If I fucking Kyrie walked up to Luka like 1v1 me, bro, that's not sus.
Just tell him to play me in a 1v1. I don't want you to say 1v1 me, bro.
That's the same fucking thing.
Like when you say to me, bro, like it sounds sus.
So
1v1. No, that was the game mode.
Why don't you come over here and 1v1 me, bro?
So Call of Duty got the game mode because when guys used to curse each other out on the open line online, they used to always tell a nigga, yo, 1v1 me, bro, 1v1 me, bro. So Call of Duty used to get the hot mic because people would record it, and then it became popular to tell somebody to 1v1 me, bro. So they made a game mode 1v1.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm finna quit.
Now we got a segment called 1v1 me, bro.
Oh shit.
Anyway,
basketball related.
It is basketball. It's not get on the bed and let me do no. All right. Anyway, I'm
gonna be online like what you say? You said 1v1 me, bro. I'm quitting. Dropping the stick. I'm down.
You're gay, I'm out. He said, you're gay, I'm out.
I don't know what you on.
I don't know what you want to play with me, but I'm not 1v1 nothing. All right. But
like Carmelo. The generation that changed on his ass.
1v1 me. Today we got Stephen Marbury versus Steve Francis in their prime, at their peak. 1v1. Who you got? Who wins?
I'm gonna say Steve Francis.
I'm going with Steve.
Give me Starbury.
I'm going Steve.
I think Starbury was a better player for sure. Like at his peak, I think he was a better player. But I think in a 1v1, that type of shit don't matter, bro. Like in a 1v1, it's like, can you stop me? Yes or no? And I don't think Stephon Marbury is stopping a guy like Steve Francis. Yeah,
I
handles.
mean, all he got to
can
do
get
is
to the
put his
rim.
head at the right angle, and it's gonna blind Steve Francis.
Yeah, that motherfucker. That's like saying you could did that to Melo. I mean, to T-Mac. Like with the lazy eye. No, that shit ain't working. I see the basket. I sees the basket if I'm Steve Francis.
Papa,
It's like, who are you, Stephon? Why are you standing in front of me in a 1v1? Like, you need a big man or somebody back there. Do you have any of that?
You got a hook over there? Well, I'm taking you to the rack every time.
You finna get dunked on every time.
Steve Francis was like that.
Put in the way.
He was.
Steve Francis was like that.
I think y'all underestimating the size of Stephon Marbury's head.
Shut up.
Okay.
What, he headbutt him? Is not a 1v dome me, bro.
Whoa! What the fuck? Whoa. Hold on. Yo. Hey, yo, bro. Come on, man. 2 in a row, Troy. Come on, man. Man.
1v1 me, bro. 1v dome me, bro. 1v dome me, bro. 1v dome me, bro.
Oh,
Pause.
No, that's extra pause.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Fuck me, bro.
Oh man.
Welcome back, Boo. All right.
Oh dog.
All right, so Boo Up. Normally, now in the shows, we ask a question to the chat, and then we answer it at the end. So today's question was: if you knew how things played out, who career would you want? LeBron's or Steph Curry's?
What type of fucking question is this, man?
This is a nice, simple question, bro.
So you're saying I know everything that done happened already.
Mm-hmm. Who career would you want?
LeBron's. Hands down.
DJ.
I know the answer is probably obvious.
Moo. Say it for me one time, Moo.
His name is Wardell. Okay.
I would want Steph Curry's career. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm kind of nervous about y'all. I'm kind of nervous, man.
Yeah, I'm taking Curry's career.
I'm taking Curry's career.
I don't have to lose 6 finals. I only got to lose 1 or 2.
I mean, if you would have asked me this maybe 3 years ago before Steph won his 4th ring, I would have probably said LeBron. But they're both tied 4-4. Steph Curry got less losses. He has a unanimous MVP.
So
I mean,
only because the titles, they got equal titles.
You cut me off.
No, like I said,
I
said, I don't want to lose 6 times in the finals. I'm sorry.
I mean, like, that still can't be just like a knock against LeBron.
I'm not knocking LeBron. I'm just talking about the careers. Take the names out of it. We're just talking.
Okay. If you told me, I was going to be the all-time leader scoring, that don't matter.
Nope, I'm good. Nope. You're gonna tell me I'm the best 3-pointer.
I don't know.
You're gonna tell me
I'm
the best 3-point shooter ever in the league.
I don't know no more.
LeBron breaks the scoring record. Steph breaks the 3-point scoring record.
That's not the same thing. It's not
no,
even
it's
considered
not. But
the same thing.
I still got the same. I got the same record. I got a fucking score. I got a fucking
You don't have the same record. You don't have the same record.
I didn't mean the same. I didn't
mean. You don't have the same record.
I have 6 to say.
LeBron got like 16,000 more points than Steph Curry.
No,
man.
I'm talking about I have a record too in scoring. That's what I'm saying. I have the 3-point scoring record.
DJ.
You have the scoring record.
Okay.
I have the 3-point scoring record, nigga.
I got more MVPs than you.
Oh, I got. That's fine.
I got unanimous. I got unanimous MVP.
LeBron should have a unanimous MVP.
No, he shouldn't.
Shaq should have a unanimous MVP.
He shouldn't even have Rookie of the Year.
You talking about he shouldn't have it? Like, come on.
Shouldn't have it. He shouldn't.
Don't act like he wasn't in the race. Clearly, he was in the race.
No, I'm just saying he has it, but he shouldn't. It should have somebody else.
It could have went to somebody else. Like, I won't say LeBron. It could have went to Melo, yes, but it don't mean that LeBron was the wrong choice. No, I'm not saying that.
See, and another thing is, I can't be LeBron because I wouldn't have lasted in the league after Delonte West fucked my mother. I would have killed him.
Why? Because your mama was going.
Nah. It's because
this boy got this. Have you seen Delonte West? Have y'all seen Delonte West? That boy is a crackhead right now.
Yeah, right now, but he wasn't then. Stop.
He back then, everybody knew he had what's that shit? He was bipolar back then. He was on meds back then.
So, but that doesn't excuse him being my boy and fucking my mother, bro.
Bro, how we know they was boys? They was teammates.
I don't give a fuck. All right, it doesn't make no sense for my teammate to fuck my mother, bro.
And it don't make no sense for your mama to fuck your teammate.
No, definitely go both ways. But who ass I could beat? It go both ways, but who ass I could beat?
Listen,
who ass I could beat? Who
at the end of the day?
You ain't beating your mother ass, bro.
I'm not fucking with my mama no more. She embarrassed me. That's what I'm on. You embarrassed me.
That's fine.
You fucking embarrassed me. But this is who the real reason why he should whip nobody ass, because the real reason why that shit happened is his fault. Him being let his mama come all in the locker room. They showed her she in a fucking locker room. I'm not letting my mama come in no fucking locker room with niggas half naked. You crazy? Get your ass out of here, mama.
She was crazy. Like 1v1 me, bro.
Exactly.
She was like 1v1 me, bro.
That shit ain't happening. LeBron got two, but again, I would have to worry about that shit for my mom. My mom wouldn't do no shit like that to me. She wouldn't embarrass me like that. That shit was embarrassing.
Yeah, I'm just saying it because we're taking his career and that happened in his career. So
I wouldn't get no fuck about that shit happening in my career.
I know that shit. You care about that shit.
What's the difference between
I'm being dead serious. All right. Back to the original question. Yes, I would take Steph Curry's career.
Yeah, me too.
Explain it. Why?
Look. Steph Curry is even though he broke 3-point records and stuff like that, he did it over and over again too. By the way, his own record over and over again. That's what's just fucking insane. But like I said, look, the unanimous MVP is still talked about to this day. The back-to-back MVP for a guard under 6'4" is still talked about today. Like, yes, LeBron has a legacy and an imprint on the game, but Steph Curry's going into the future. For future generations might hold more weight at this point, even though LeBron is all-time leading scorer, because players want to be going forward Steph Curry. They do.
I wouldn't give a fuck if motherfuckers wanted to be more like him.
But that's what I'm saying. You asked me why I would take Steph Curry's career. I'm telling you, because I understand why you would take LeBron's career, because he's fucking LeBron James. So, but you asked me, going forward, I think Steph's game is what people are going to aim more towards. So
I get that. I respect that. Like, he has a more popular game. He has a more. That's why he is beloved the way he's beloved. He's a guy that trends. Like, I get all of that, but I want to be the most. I want to if when I'm talking about who careers, take away the names and this. I want to be the more. I want to have the more accomplished career. LeBron is a 4-time champion, a 4-time MVP. He's the only like. Outside of Jordan that can say I was outright the best player on every championship team I played on. That got to matter. Like, those things have to matter. I got 2 back-to-back MVPs. You did it once. I did it twice. Good job. Oh, guess what? When you won your unanimous MVP, who beat that ass in the finals? Who made you beat one of the biggest choke jobs in the finals?
That's fine.
I still hold the 73. I still hold the 70. 79
that shit don't mean a thing without that motherfucking ring.
Nah, that shit.
I don't give no fuck about that 73 and 9 shit.
Mulich, tell him that shit mean a thing.
That shit don't mean shit. Move no.
It means a thing.
It don't mean a damn thing.
It means
that don't mean a damn thing. To go to the fucking finals and blow.
Whoa.
That shit don't mean nothing.
Since it don't mean nothing, I don't want to hear y'all pumping it up for LeBron. Like, he came back on the 73 and 9 team. They never done that. So I don't want to hear. Yeah, that's that bullshit, because now you're trying to diminish it. Now you're trying to diminish their accomplishment that year, but that's what they used to try and elevate LeBron all the damn time.
Look, before the season started, and in 2014 and 15, when I seen LeBron James go to Cleveland, get Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, I said nobody's beating them. Well, ultimately in the finals, they lost Kyrie, they lost Kevin Love, they lost. Whatever. But that next year, coming into the season, I'm like, if LeBron and them healthy, they gonna win. But as the season progressed, I'm looking at Golden State. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker Steph done got better. Damn, this motherfucker Draymond done got better. I don't think the Cavs gonna do it. I thought
that
they
big three was
could.
looking nice, wasn't it?
I'm just saying Stephen Curry was looking very different. That's who was looking very fucking different.
1v1 me, bro.
Like I wasn't even concerned about because Klay was still the same Klay. Draymond just looked better.
Klay was better that second year. He was.
That wasn't the second year for Klay.
Born. I'm saying the second.
You right.
I'm talking about you. You're telling how everybody. So I'm saying that second year after they won the championship, Klay did get better. He did.
I mean, slightly, but I'm just saying, it wasn't no notice. The only thing that really got better, obviously, was his PPG or something like that. But I don't know how much that jumped. Maybe 2 points.
You know what I just thought of having LeBron's career when Jason Tatum just fouled him. You gotta take that with you.
What? Take what? What you talking about?
When Jason Tatum fouled Bron and he went ballistic, nigga, you gotta take that with your career.
You talking about when he jumped 15 feet in the air after the game?
I wouldn't give no fuck about no shit like that.
Nigga, you gotta almost get your ass beat by Isaiah Stewart, nigga.
And drop to a knee and pray to the Lord. That man.
You see, I didn't. I'm not factoring. I'm not gonna factor that in. But
I'm factoring it in, nigga. I'm factoring it in. Crybaby flopping. Nah, you gotta factor all that shit in, nigga. LeBron got a rule. LeBron got a rule change for him. They got a flopping rule now.
That's bro. Isaiah Stewart thought real hard about this shit.
No, he didn't.
He thought real.
No, the fuck he did not. No, he did not. No, the fuck he did not, boo. You know he was not thinking. He did not think. He wanted to beat that ass.
If a nigga elbow me, G, and I ain't fall, G, I'm beating your ass.
He tried to instantly.
He was on the way.
Instantly.
As soon as he saw he was bleeding, he went after the man.
He seen red, and then he was like, "Okay, let me." Oh shit! Oh
no, he seen
I
that.
Don't need to see
saw the blood.
All I need to know is that you elbowed me, nigga.
Nah, he said
I know that was elbow.
But you get elbowed in the game.
Boo-wop, let me ask you this: if you get we saw when the elbow happened, your initial response is not going to be you're going to swing. That's LeBron. He was probably rocked for a second. He was dazed for a little bit. He clocked that dude.
He did.
He clocked.
He hit that nigga with the off the stat. Nigga.
We saw when Ron Artest elbowed James Harden and LeBron is big.
He hit the nigga with the.
But that was a different. I ain't gonna even lie. That elbow Ron threw was a way different elbow than the one LeBron threw. LeBron threw a cheap shot. Boom.
Yeah, no. James Harden's elbow, the fucking Ron Artest was crazy. The Ron Artest elbow, that shit was crazy.
He said, "Kill that man."
You gotta see his face though while he doing it.
Get off of me. Damn.
That nigga was happy as hell, nigga.
That shit was nasty.
Nigga, take that to your head.
I'm just saying, it. Whatever, man. I'm not.
Ron Artest told James Harden he wasn't the system.
All right. The only thing, the one blemish that Bron got for sure is the Dallas. He got that Dallas series. That's a blemish. No denying that. That's a definite blemish on his career. To me, that's the only thing that really hurt him, for real, in the Jordan debate. That shit. Because the shit he doing right now is amazing, bro. The man is 40 years old and he looks like he's 30. That's the reality. He looks like he's fucking 30 years old.
I'm gonna say
game is derived off of athleticism.
That shit doesn't impress me.
I don't know.
That might be the only one.
I don't know how it don't impress you.
Might be the only
one. All the mileage, bro. Come on, bro. Ain't nobody did what he done at this age, bro. I'm not, and motherfuckers know me to be a lot of motherfuckers know me to be quote unquote a LeBron hater or whatever they try to call me, bro. But no, I can't deny that.
It's amazing, but let's see what Steph Curry do in the next couple of years and see if Steph Curry still play at a high level as well.
Shit, if Steph Curry win another ring this year, I'm definitely taking his career over fucking LeBron.
Shooters,
I'm still not taking his career over LeBron.
I am 5-2.
I'm
he
not
up there with Magic now. Kobe,
bro. Kobe to still at the end of the day, he could be in the Kobe conversation more so than the LeBron. And I'm a person that I'm a
No, I'm
person
talking about
like y'all
rings.
say, like y'all say, like bro, like it can't just be about the rings, then, bro.
No, it's not.
It's
not just about the rings, but
like what is it about then?
Just Steph Curry, how I would want to play. Steph Curry.
I would, bro.
Like the way my game already translates. I'm not a LeBron type player. I'm a Steph Curry type player.
It's easier to play like Stephen Curry than it is like to play like LeBron.
So now I put myself in a predicament where I'm gonna be a part of a dynasty. I'm gonna have a 73-9 record that I'm gonna hold for fucking God knows to when I'm gonna hold it for. Because the last time the person who held that record was 40 years ago. You feel me? Now I'm gonna have it for 30, 40 years. Then I'm a 4-time champion. I'm a unanimous.
No, that was a 20-year gap.
Well, 20 years.
Yeah, 20
year gap.
96 when the Bulls went 72-10. 96. That's the best record ever previously.
It was 16 they went 79-3.
Yeah,
it was 16 they went 79. Oh, okay.
Yeah, 15, 16. Yeah.
I thought it was like 22 years or something like that. But yeah, it's like I exaggerate. It was a 30-40 year fucking gap. Ain't nobody gonna touch it for another 30-40 years, and that's just
what it mean shit.
I'm
like
a part of
history,
history,
bro. It don't really mean shit to me, bro.
Your mic
it really don't.
Your mic messing up again.
Your mic messing up.
But
it really
not
don't
to you, bro. Not to you, but it does mean. It means.
Why?
It means a lot to me.
If we choked in the finals, why do it mean anything?
All right, LeBron choked in the finals too. Why does it mean?
But not going 73-9.
So what? It's still because 70. Because you want to know why it still matters, Boo-Wop? Because 73-9 is a regular season record. When you go into the playoffs, you start over from 0-0. So you have no wins, you have no losses. So when they got to the playoffs, whatever their record was in the playoffs is what their record was in the playoffs. But 73-9, it doesn't. Yes, I would love them to get a championship. You know I'm with you. The season isn't that it's not the best season to me. Michael and them still hold the best season because they went 78-4 or whatever it was, and they won a championship. So I get you. You know where? Yeah, 72-10, whatever. 74-6. I don't give a fuck.
You know what?
1v1 me, bro.
You know what, Boo-Wop? I'm gonna say this.
Boo-Wop, 1v1 me, bro.
I'm gonna definitely say this. You know the one thing that Steph Curry does have? He's beloved by all the fans during his career and got his flowers while he's still playing.
That's for sure. I mean,
but that's only because he's not in a Jordan debate. I feel like if Curry was, like Boo-Wop was saying, on Bron's level, then he was in that Jordan debate, I think it would be the same way. I think he would get as much hate as LeBron. Because Jordan fans is Jordan fans. They're gonna, you put anybody next to that man, they're going to hate you. So, and DJ is frozen.
I don't
dropped
think
out, got a GED.
I don't think they. I mean, LeBron to me, like, he kind of make people hate him. I ain't gonna say he makes people hate. He
does. He does. I get what you're saying.
He does things that's just untraditional to like Mike never called himself the GOAT. He never did that shit. Like, that's the thing. Like, Mike, as cocky as he was on the court, he was a very cocky player on that court. But when he got off the court, he was like super humble about the game. And he never said, you know, I'm the best player in the world. You never really heard him ever say these type of things. He just went out there and did that shit.
Actions.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's to me, that's just more noble and humbling yourself and shit like that. But LeBron is in a different era. You cannot blame him for some of the things he's done because he's not. You know, he wasn't playing basketball in the 80s.
I don't think there's a wrong answer, though. I don't think there's a wrong answer whether you want LeBron's or Steph Curry's career. Because they both are champions. They both are MVPs. They both hold records that's probably not going to be broken for a long time. Like, they both have accomplishments. They both have accolades. Like, they're both accomplished basketball players. I don't think you're wrong for saying, hey, I'm going to go Steph Curry's career, because we're not talking about them as players. We're just talking about what they accomplished in their career. That's all we're talking about. So I can take
it's more. But look, it's more likely that somebody could. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
To me, it's more likely because of the way the game is being played, right? That it's somebody that can touch that record that Steph has. I mean, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. Don't get me wrong. But the way the game is transitioning, like players, like you said, players want to play like that.
But can
you would? It's not about can they be like Steph, because Steph, even though he's going to be regarded as the greatest 3-point shooter ever, He's one of the greatest players ever. So no, you're probably not going to have that man career. You're probably not going to do that because he does more than just shoot threes.
Mm-hmm.
We just know that's what we know him to be, like the greatest 3-point shooter. But it's going to be hard to beat him too. But what I'm saying is that you got guys like James Harden that's not that far behind Stephen Curry or on shooting 3-point attempts and makes. I think James Harden is going to be third all time in 3-point makes. Like and nobody really talks about that because why? Everybody look at it like James Harden is whatever. He's an asshole. We don't give a fuck about what he's doing. He ain't winning shit. Like that, nobody care about that. But James Harden is going to be third all time when it's all said and done. So all I'm saying is that you're going to have a lot of young players that Stephen Curry has inspired. It is easier to play like that than to do what LeBron James has done his whole career. Like you literally have to start day one saying I'm gonna average 25 points for 20 years.
Well,
like
LeBron
this is
didn't
what you got to do.
25 points for his rookie year, but
that's 1 year. He never after that. He never not averaged 25.
You said made. Who are you said made?
Yeah,
he's third on the list, but he's still like damn near 200 below Ray Allen.
You don't think he gonna get Ray Allen? He fuck around, get Ray Allen?
No, because if this nigga talk himself out the fucking league,
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, but
we got to hope James Harden play before we can say he's gonna take somebody else's record. Stop. We got to be serious.
That's low key. Like that's low key.
We got to be serious here. We don't know.
Troy, that can low key get done in the next year and a half, bro.
It won't.
Who's to say that he's going to play the next year and a half? Execs around the league already saying execs around the league already saying that they don't want to touch him.
Well, we'll see when that time comes. But I'm simply speaking on that fact that nobody knows this for real, though, Troy.
Steph Curry's going to play for another 5-6 years, still expanding on that 3-point record.
We know that. I know that. We all know that. I'm not saying that, but I promise you, it will be it. Like, bro, there is probably not going to be no player in the next 10 years that will come close to being the all-time scoring leader. Like no player.
I believe it because hey, when you sit there and think about it, Kareem said it, and he came. I mean, Kareem was right up next to the basket, and he just came out of college already a beast. Like somebody's gonna have to come in at 18, 19 and just go crazy for 21, 22 years to touch that. So
I mean,
but what I will say though is it is more likely to be a shorter time frame from when it was Kareem to LeBron because of the 3-point shot and the threes being more relevant now. People are going to come in shooting threes a lot, and they're going to get better shooting the basketball.
Man, Victor Wembanyama going to break the record.
But again, we all know that LeBron didn't just do. We know LeBron didn't just do it because LeBron I think is going to be in the top 10 in 3-pointers made too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's due to longevity for LeBron for sure. Like he didn't started shooting a lot of threes because the game was changing the last 10 years. And he just happened to be a part of that. But like that's what I mean. Like LeBron is still obviously more than shooting threes and whatever. He's a phenomenal basketball player. Like, bro, he's arguably the greatest player ever. Like I would always want that career, no matter how.
I'm taking fandom into it, like how the fans look at him into it too.
But like you said, Troy, the fans look at LeBron differently because, like, on one end he kind of do the
right, but that's what I'm saying.
Do that little narcissistic type shit,
right?
You know
and that's
what I'm saying?
That
people
all
don't
that
like.
Comes with LeBron's career, and then I got to sit here drinking wine and fucking high top pants.
But just because, but listen though, like you talking about all that comes with LeBron's career. You talking about what I'd rather have LeBron's career. That don't mean I'm a narcissist, goddammit. Like I just want the man career. I just want his accomplishments. I want to be a 4-time champion, 4-time Finals MVP, 4-time MVP. I don't have to be a narcissist.
In LeBron shoes, I go in Curry shoes. That's what I'm basically saying. That's all.
Okay, I still want LeBron career.
Yeah, I still want.
I still want to be regarded as the GOAT.
I don't got to get shit on by the Celtics. I don't want got to get shit on.
Hell, there's a lot. There's some people that think Paul George is the damn GOAT. You can't play and say that crap too. So what the hell?
Who the fuck thinks that?
Well, we know James Harden is Zamari's GOAT. So
Good point.
And we love Zamar, but we know, man, look, stop.
Hey, you can't change that girl. That's her opinion.
I'm not trying to change nobody's opinion. She's entitled to that, but we know that's not a lot of smoke coming from that James Harden's the
It's a
GOAT.
lot of ass smoke. That's what that is.
Like that shit is not no. It's about.
James Harden's peak in Houston was freaking ridiculous now. So
in what in
the regular season.
Okay. I don't want to be the greatest regular season player ever. I don't get no
right.
Right. Hey, Peyton Manning is the greatest regular season quarterback ever held.
And we all know Peyton Manning to be at best right now. He probably the fourth greatest quarterback of all time.
And I'm still taking Peyton over time.
Oh,
I said what I said.
Oh,
I said what I said.
This is basketball. All right, man.
All right. But final thoughts, man.
I'll go first. Why not? Final thoughts. Make sure you check out Gentleman's Talk Wednesday. Last week was another fire episode. We're going to do something like that again. Hopefully we can get one of the guys to come through again. Our talk show is getting really good, man. We want to just keep thanking y'all for giving us content with the stupidity that y'all put out. Even on Basket to Basket, Gilbert Arenas talking to you. Thank you. Also, good to have you back, my boy.
Get the fuck out.
Appreciate
you.
Move final thoughts.
Oh shit! Hey, another fire show today, man. We got my boy Boo back in the goddamn building, so you know we lit and had to turn up. Like my boy DJ said, catch Gentleman's Talk.
That's Boo, our favorite sound.
And then we got
PBT
on Thursday with Zamara, and then we got the best damn football show inside the huddle.
Coined by me.
So you feel me? Coined by my boy DJ Micah B. So yeah, we out, and appreciate y'all, man.
Boo up.
Man, to my brothers, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all definitely been checking in on your boy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm back. You know what I mean? Life been lifing, but I done got control again, and I'm happy to be back. This was very therapeutic for your boy. I needed this. Needed to laugh, see the bros. You know what I mean? So shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, and shout out to our fans, man. I'm sorry for the layoff for a little minute, but your boy back, man. See y'all Monday.
Wait, we back every Monday. Boo is back in the building. We family here, man. This is what we do. So, I mean, listen, Troy just wanted to say this. I be saying shit. I just be saying shit, and it just be coming true, bro. Movements know what I'm talking about. DJ know I just been saying shit for the last 3 weeks, and it just been coming true. So, I said before the show, Boo-Wop did not call me, but I got a feeling this nigga is coming today. I got a feeling because he's my brother. We connected like that. And sure enough, I see this nigga pop up in a little box at the bottom of my screen. He saw I went crazy, chat, because that's my brother, man. I love him.
Everybody
he came
did.
out the same mother. You feel me? But yeah, man, thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you for the 500 subscribers. We're on our way to 6. We're close too. So we're getting there, man. Just keep grinding with us. We're gonna keep bringing y'all this dope content. If you don't know, join the damn Discord. So if you got topics, we could talk about those topics. You want to debate us on something, you could debate us there. And we got some good shit coming for you guys. We got a Tuesday show coming up. Somewhere down the line, we're gonna bring that fade room back too. So it might be called something else. But if you know, you know. But you need to stay tuned because we got some shit coming, man. But I'm your boy, Troy.